Arsenal fans, buckle up, because the Emirates is about to explode with transfer drama. From an €80 million move for Juventus wonderkid Kenan Yildiz, to Bayern Munich circling Gabriel Martinelli yet again, and Bukayo starboy Saka on the verge of a monster new deal, the rumour mill is spinning like crazy. So grab your popcorn, hit that like button, and let's break it all down. Alright Arsenal fans, buckle up because the transfer rumour mill is spinning out of control, and this one is juicy. Reports out of Spain claim the Gunners have officially opened talks to sign Juventus wonderkid Kenan Yildiz in what could be a blockbuster €80 million deal. Yep, you heard that right, 80 million. So who is this kid Arsenal are suddenly desperate to splash the cash on? Well, Yildiz is just 20 years old, a product of Bayern Munich's academy who's now lighting up Serie A with Juve. He's one of those versatile forwards every manager dreams of can play on the left, as a second striker, or just drift around making defenders cry. Basically, a cheat code on the pitch. And he's not just hype. Since making his debut last year, he's already bagged 2 goals and 4 assists in just 5 games this season. And not your average tap-ins, oh no, we're talking bangers. He scored a thunderous low drive from 30 yards against Inter and then a filthy curling strike versus Dortmund. This kid doesn't just score goals, he scores YouTube highlight reel goals. Now, according to Fichargis, Arsenal's sporting director Andrea Berta has been on the phone with Juve and even started whispering sweet nothings into Yildiz's agent's ear. Basically, fancy a move to the Emirates, mate. But here's the catch. Juventus are not messing about. They see Yildiz as one of the best young attackers in Europe and they want to keep him. His current deal runs until 2029 and he's on just Euro 58k a week, which is basically pocket change for a player of his talent. Juve are already pushing to double that and tie him down long term. And if Arsenal really want him, they'll need to cough up at least Euro 80m. Maybe even Euro 100m if he keeps tearing up Serie A. Ouch. Oh, and Chelsea are lurking too. Apparently they tried to tempt Juve with a £60m bid in the summer, but got sent packing. Classic Todd Bailey scattergun vibes. So where does this leave us? Well, Juve are confident he'll sign a bumper new deal and stick around for a couple more years. But let's be real, if Yildiz keeps balling out like this, it's only a matter of time before Arsenal, Chelsea or some oil-rich super club comes knocking with a cheque too big to refuse. One thing's for sure, Arsenal are cooking something ambitious here. Whether it's now or in the near future, Kenan Yildiz is a name you're going to be hearing a lot more of. Arsenal fans, looks like the Bayern Munich radar has locked back onto Gabriel Martinelli, yep, again. The Brazilian winger is still firmly on their wish list, according to German insider Christian Falk, even after Arsenal told them to jog on in the summer. See, Martinelli's in a bit of a battle at the Emirates these days. With Eberechi Eze arriving from Crystal Palace to shake things up on the left, plus Trossard lurking, he's no longer guaranteed a free run at that starting spot. Arsenal clearly wanted an upgrade option, and suddenly Martinelli's long-term role doesn't feel untouchable anymore. And Bayern? Well, they smell opportunity. Falk says Martinelli was on their shortlist last summer, not top of it mind you, but still there behind the likes of Nico Williams and Jamie Gittens. When those deals didn't land, they circled back. Bayern were ready to put down about €30, 35m for him, and Arsenal basically laughed. Nah, we don't even need to talk about that. But, and here's the kicker, Bayern actually held talks with Martinelli's camp, and even Thomas Tuchel himself pushed his name while still at the club. Tuchel loved Premier League players, and Martinelli was one of the ideas he floated alongside names like Mason Mount. So yeah, once you're on Bayern's shortlist, you tend to stay there. Now, don't panic just yet, Gooners. Martinelli's tied down until 2027 with an option for another year. He's not going anywhere cheap. And to be fair, when he spoke on Brazil duty, he sounded more than up for the fight. He basically said, competition's good if you want to win, you need top players. That's the mentality you want, right? Still, this feels like a big year for him. Arsenal are clearly building depth and pushing standards. Either Martinelli reclaims that left-wing throne, or Bayern could come knocking again with a serious bid. Meanwhile, on the Arsenal transfer carousel, Fabio Vieira's gone on loan to Hamburg with some clever clauses attached. Barcelona's Marc Casado has popped up as a target, and there are whispers about an out-of-contract Liverpool star. So yeah, Arsenal's future is looking spicy. But for Martinelli, the question is simple: star man at Arsenal or Bayern's next big steal? Arsenal fans, good news might be just around the corner. Reports say Bukayo Saka is this close to agreeing a brand new contract at the Emirates, and let's be honest, that's the Christmas present every Gooner wants. So here's the situation. Arsenal have been laser focused on locking down their key stars, with William Saliba and Saka at the very top of the list. Saliba's deal? Pretty much done and dusted. Mikel Arteta even hinted at it in his presser, saying the big man made it clear: "I want to stay here. I want to play for you." Music to Gooner ears. Now all eyes turn to Saka. Football Transfers claim the winger is edging closer to signing on the dotted line, with an agreement expected before Christmas. Yep, Santa might be delivering us an official Saka contract announcement. But let's talk money, because you know that's where it gets spicy. Right now, insiders say Saka's new deal could bump him up to a jaw-dropping £250,000 per week. That would put him among Arsenal's top earners, but here's the cheeky twist. It's still less than Kai Havertz, who's reportedly on about £280,000 a week. Yet, you can imagine Saka's agent sliding that fact across the negotiation table like, "Excuse me?" That little wage gap is apparently a key factor in discussions. And honestly, fair enough. Saka isn't just any player, he's the guy. Arsenal's poster boy, Hale End's golden boy, Mr. Starboy himself. He drags this team forward week in, week out. If anyone deserves top dollar, it's him. Arteta, for his part, is basically begging him to stay, saying Saka's extremely happy, proud of his role, and everything will develop naturally. Which in football speak means, yes, the deal's happening, relax. So, Arsenal are on the verge of tying down Saliba and Saka, two absolute pillars of the project. The Gunners are cooking something long-term here, and the rest of the Premier League better take notice. Because if Arsenal keep their core locked in, oh boy, the future is looking red and white. And that's the latest on Arsenal's transfer chaos. Yildiz rumours heating up, Bayern still sniffing around Martinelli, and Saka's contract looking closer than ever. But I want to hear from you. Should Arsenal splash €80 million on Yildiz, or focus on keeping our core stars locked down? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more Arsenal updates, and I'll catch you in the next one. Up the Gunners!